Why not, George?
Okay. What's your first?
Shutting down and slowing softly for future big landing. As our remaining jumpers set up for their final approaches. Coming in before you today, for peaceful, soft, safe landing this morning. You're right. Never say it down, never say it down.
But anyway, I'll tell you more about the engine in just a moment. Let's listen as they come in from the left, your World War II fighters. What a sound. The sound of aviation the way it was. Get your cameras ready. Pay attention. Here comes the first of our fighters in for an attack. Yeah, a little strafing run in the 50 caliber machine guns, the Browning machine guns. Climb up the fuselage, stand up in the front cockpit, and then climb up onto the top of the upper wing where she'll attach herself to that post that you saw sticking up out of the top of the wing. Carol first saw wing walking on a television commercial for a local air show up in Canada. It was love at first sight, and she knew that she had found her calling. Now let's watch carefully. Rob's got it throttled back to about 90 miles an hour. And there she is. She's up on top, waving to you from up on the top of the wing. Now, she's attached to that with a belt to that post. And in a little while, you'll see why. Because Rob's going to turn that airplane upside down, and she would turn into a free-falling object if she were not hooked on there. You did the first and second documented winter wing walks. But hey, she's Canadian. They're used to cold temperatures. Nobody gets used to it. She was wing walking up at 13,300 feet. There's a beautiful barrel roll right at Show Center. Let's talk about the sound of that airplane that you're hearing. That's an R985. It's a 985 cubic inch radial engine, putting out 450 horsepower. But that sound that you're hearing, that rapping sound, is not the engine. The deep throaty rumble, that's the engine. But that sound is caused by the tips of the propeller going supersonic, actually breaking the sound barrier as he revs it up to full RPM. There you don't hear the rapping noise because it's climbing, it's grabbing the air. But now as he dives and increases speed, there's the sound. Back on the stick, her weight just increased by a factor of 3 times, 3 positive G's, as Rob performs a maneuver we call 1/2 of a figure 8 or 1/2 of a Cuban 8. Now let's see if we can finish the Cuban 8. On up over the top, completes 5/8 of a loop, dives on down. Now why? You're saying it sounded to me like the engine almost quit. And you know why? Because the engine almost quit. You folks down to the right, give her a wave and a round of applause. Okay, that's Carol Pilaw. You folks down there to the right, down to the south end of the field. And Rob Holland at the controls of Carol's beautiful 1940 Stearman Royal Rhapsody.
The aircraft will take off performing a maximum angle climb, demonstrating its impressive power and the ability to depart an airport where enemy resistance is suspected. With a departure climb angle just over 25 degrees nose up, the aircraft will reach over 1,500 feet before crossing the departure end of the runway. Your pilots for today's demonstration are Lieutenant Colonel Keith Giot, Lieutenant Colonel Dave Rand, and Major Bill Quackenbush. The loadmasters are Tech Sergeant Mike Giles and Staff Sergeant Chris Schultes. This crew has a combined total of over 27,000 flying hours in various aircraft, including the C-17 Globemaster, C-141 Starlifter, C-5 Galaxy, and the T-38 Talon. The C-17's first pass today will be a high-speed pass. After completing a teardrop maneuver to align with the runway, the crew will accelerate to 250 knots, demonstrating the rapid strategic capability of this airplane. The C-17's design includes a modernized, computerized glass cockpit, a heads-up display at both pilot stations, and an advanced cargo handling system, allowing it to operate with a crew half the size of current aircraft. Only 3 crew members are required to fly the C-17, and the aircraft's advanced design allows it to accomplish its entire mission with this minimum crew. Notice how quiet the C-17 is when passing show center. This gives the Globemaster a tactical advantage while flying low over hostile territory and is also environmentally friendly.
F-18 Hornet taxiing out, waving to you, give him a wave back.